I'm Chase Waters. I'm the lead singer of Candybone, and I'm valued because I have a voice and I choose to use it. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Tell us a little about you. Where are you from and what is your background?
I'm from a town down the road from here, actually, a small town called Morton. It's like right on the edge of Scott County is where I grew up. And background, I was raised by Southern Baptist and Jehovah's Witnesses. That was my mom's faith, and my dad's faith was more Southern Baptist, you know. So I got, you know, definitely that spirituality ingrained in me, you know. And so I've always just tried to live by the golden rule, and I was always as well taught that, you know, I could dream and I could be whatever I wanted. So that's it. Ever since I found that out at such a young age, that's all I did was dream and dream big, and I just never stop. I just keep going. Yeah. I try to put my hand in every bucket I can as far as creativity goes, and what I can do, whatever I can use my mind and build myself, you know?
Yeah.
So just, if I could say anything, that I've always been a dreamer, you know?
That's cool. I like it. So, what got you started in music? Do you have any other gigs before you got into music? And is music your full-time gig?
Before me, I can't say I did. I was just, I was probably about 12 when I got into music. I always been fascinated by music. I remember my parents would put on MTV, and I would just be zoned in. That was my thing, you know. I loved music videos, you know. So I'm getting the audible stimulation as well as the visual stimulation, and so that just always had me fired up, you know. I'd be dancing around the living room, you know.
Yeah.
So later on in life, I was big into games and stuff, and I would listen to, you know, I had a little collection of CDs. I always wanted like an instrument, but never, you know, really got one. And I wound up taking this PlayStation 2 my dad gave me and trading it for a drum set. And I just started playing. Next thing I know, like 2 weeks later, I was in a band with some other guys, and none of us were really good at the time, but we just kept at it. And we started learning other people's songs, and that started developing our own musicianship, you know. So we just started growing, and you know, I'm one of the ones that never quit. I'm a lost boy, I guess.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, that's hard to come by these days, though. Like, people will start something, then they don't see the results immediately, and so it kind of just fades out. But to have that dreamer attitude and to keep pressing forward, keep going, you gotta have that to be successful. So.
I agree. But it also is, for me, it's just, there is no other option, I feel like. And I guess that comes from the amount of support you get along the way. You know, you realize how many of these people that don't get to live your lifestyle, don't get to chase their dreams. You know, maybe they, you know, life just hits different people in different ways, and some people can't do what they want to do, you know, and sometimes you're kind of living for them too, you know. And they support that, and they want to see you do well. So when I have the opportunity, I don't want to, you know, I think about them. It's like, just keep on.
Yeah. Who and what are some of your biggest inspirations in life?
That's a good one. I got so many. I don't even know where to start, really. My mom. I lost her recently last year. And we didn't always see eye to eye like anybody else, you know. And it wasn't just the most picture perfect relationship, but it was what I needed. It was that balance. My dad was like a more strict, like you can't even watch rated R movies kind of person. And Mom was the type that was like, you want to watch this rated R movie? And like this, so we were watching Freddy Krueger when we were kids and like getting freaked out and then dead, But she was more like a best friend than a mom. She didn't really ever, until much later in life, after she maybe had my little brothers, really wrap her mind around the mother concept, so. And then being older at the time, that's where we started butting heads, because I'm a grown man now. But one thing about her that inspired me is everything, really. She was an artist. She painted. She would watch that Bob Ross, and she had a mentor. Her mother-in-law at the time was an excellent painter as well, and she would, sit out there and paint with her, and just what my mom could do artistically blew my mind, So I'm like, that's my mama. Yeah. She can do that? Yeah. Wow. She would take that computer program, Paint. And I get on there, I can draw, but I can't get on Paint and do something on the computer. And she had this landscape, and it looked magnificent. Oh my goodness. And she used like every little tool she could on there. And I was just like, it didn't even occur to me to use those tools in that way. And then that's her mind, that's her beautiful mind that does. I'm just like, how do you even see that? So, and she always was reading to me, like as a child, she would read to me Edgar Allan Poe, which are really macabre, kind of dark stories, and I'm a kid sitting here trying to go to sleep, and she just read me Telltale Heart, and I'm freaked out, and I can kind of hear my own heart beating, and I'm like, oh man, this is something else. But she was just always, making sure I had the right art in my life, or it was right for me, like giving me CDs and stuff that she seen at a store she thought I might like Limp Bizkit and Korn, and I was like, whoa, it's different, it's nice, okay, cool. But Mom did that, whereas Dad would kind of, well, let me screen this, let me make sure you can, But he loosened up as I got older too, but it was just, like I said, that balance that I needed. And she's a big inspiration. And then my dad, because he was that solidarity that I needed. He was that rock, and these are two people that may have been dreamers themselves, but they never got to, really pursue them. They just became parents and did that, and but they're the reason that I am everything that I want to be, It's from their encouragement or their guidance or what have you,
That's beautiful. I like
thank
it.
you.
I heard you have a role in an upcoming movie. Can you reveal any details?
I can. I talked to the director this morning, and he said, oh yeah. So,
okay.
It's my buddy Jay Ashton. He owns a Christian film production company called Hollywood Films, which I thought was just clever,
Yeah.
I love his branding for it and everything. You ought to check it out. But he's got a script loosely based on his life called SOS. And I'm not sure what SOS stands for, or it may just be the typical SOS, but it may mean something else for him, and I hadn't asked him about that. But that's the name of the movie, SOS, and I'll be playing the role of his cellmate.
Okay.
So,
nice.
Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And Jay is a phenomenal actor, as well as, writer and director. So you can find, I think it's Vincent Perry has a film out called A Life to Choose, and he played the villain in it. If you ever get a chance to check it out, it's on Amazon. So
nice.
But yeah, I got that coming up, and I'll be. I'm also doing another film with my buddy Johnny Tomsick, who has a film out now called Oh Snap, and he's got one in production called Purdy Mouth, but it's hung up with SAG right now because of all the COVID protocols and everything. It just had to kind of get put on hold for now. But we've got a project in the works, and that's all I can say about that.
Okay. All right. Cool deal. That's awesome. So let's talk about one of your latest releases, I Can't Breathe. What was your inspiration behind it, and did you fear any backlash from that song?
I didn't fear backlash as much as I just knew it was going to be some, especially right now. With just the way the world is. Everybody's like they're walking on eggshells, and I'm just like still living in the early 2000s where anything goes and everybody laughs at it. And it's just like, we were so unified and just like, I don't know what happened, but everybody got sensitive fast. It's weird, but it changed the tides. It changed everything. And so now there's just all this, it's almost like everybody's in one big mosh pit. And they're just trying to push me. You get off me, you get off me, it's weird.
Yeah.
But I just don't agree with the current way the system handles things like that. I don't think it's a black-white issue as much as they try to paint it as that. I think it's more of you got good people and bad people. And you got somebody in a position of power like that, you don't have any way of knowing how they're going to handle each and every situation.
Right.
I don't think they even know. And that, I don't know what to do about it. I think, we definitely need more vetting psychologically, I guess they're doing as much as they can right now. I don't really know, but you can't. I just don't feel like we as a society can ever be okay with what happened to George Floyd. You know what I mean?
Right.
And what happens to people every day. That was just something that was on video and got
Exactly.
There's so much stuff we don't get to see that gets covered up, or is just swept over.
Right.
We gotta fix that.
Yeah, we got some work.
Got some work to do.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was part of my goal. Honestly, it was to create dialogue between everyone. Like, let's talk about it. And we did. Like, I remember when I released it, I had friends on both sides. I even had artistic friends, like other musicians. They were, I'm not listening to this, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me a little bit, because I figured, everybody listened, but there were some people that were just upset with my choice of album art. And just simply from that, because it had George Floyd's picture on it, they didn't want to, I will not listen to this. And that blew my mind. I said, so you're just going to sit here and formulate an opinion about something you have no clue about?
Yeah.
I said, that's kind of,
Yeah. That's terrible. That's terrible. But
it is what it is. It did what I knew it would. That's the thing. It's a polarizing song. It's a polarizing issue, and that's the thing. I just wanted to create some dialogue, get people talking, and they did. And that was one of the things people had commended me about. Is like, because I'm not one of those people that's, I don't agree with you politically, I'm unfriending you, or I'm muting you for 30 days, or whatever people do nowadays. But I see it all the time, and it just blows my mind. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't even have to agree with you politically to sit down and have good conversation with you, and enjoy your company, and just be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm old school like that. I don't know. Like I said, the tides changed, and I'm just out here without a life jacket wondering what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it.
You're right. Okay. So are you routinely involved in activism, or was this your first triumph in art activism?
I guess I guess this would be my first foray into activism.
Okay.
I don't know if I call it a triumph yet, but I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna stick to my guns, and keep pushing it, and maybe it will become triumphant. But I have other songs that talk about serious issues, but I think this is the first one that I've released that didn't have something to do with just my lifestyle or something I've gone through. This is about, what was going on, not just with George Floyd, but the whole atmosphere at the time, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and with all this happening, you got protests, riots, It was just, to me, like, if somebody just took a photograph of 2020, that's like what the song would encapsulate. Like, this was it,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think something's gonna come around again, and I'll probably do it again. I found this song. This song was I was looking for beats for some pop stuff I was doing. And I found this little rock groove on there, and I was like, that's cool. And it just had this urban sound to it and everything, and I was like, watching the videos on my phone of what was going on with George Floyd at the time, and I'm sitting there trying to watch all the cop videos, all the cell phone video, and just like talking to my friends about it, and it was everywhere at the time, and I just felt compelled, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I did it, and like you said, the backlash, but it is what it is. It's worth it.
I agree. Yeah. And it takes people like you stepping out to do things like that, to start the dialogue, to raise awareness.
Right.
Because everybody's not going to do that, but when they see someone else doing it, it encourages them and inspires them, hey, maybe we do need some change. Maybe we need to look at, these things, these issues, and get some solutions.
Yeah.
So I commend you for that.
Well, I appreciate it. I feel like in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing, but I guess at the same time, it's something,
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's what I can do.
Right. What role do you believe artists play in shaping society? And do you believe this is a gift that you are given as an artist?
I don't think artists have any role. I think naturally, as far as shaping society goes, I don't think they have a role as far as shaping society goes. I mean, it may be a product of it, but I don't think that's our role, I just try to make music. Sometimes it don't even necessarily make sense to me at the time, but it may, help somebody else out. It may make sense to them, that's my goal as an artist. I don't really try to, make other people think like me so much as just, see, this is what I think. What do you think about that?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's so much given as it's just something that you kind of got to work yourself up to a point where you can even make a big enough weight to shape society, so to speak, I believe God gives us our purpose, and He gives us a choice. And what we do with it, and that's just my belief system again. Like some people don't have a faith, and that's fine too. But this is, my belief. I believe we're given a purpose and a choice, and my choice was to, do this, and so I guess in a way, a blessing would be a good way to put it. Yeah, I have the blessing, the opportunity to possibly, change the way people think about something, or make somebody feel good, or whatever,
what are some of your goals as a musician and as a person?
I want to be able to make a living strictly off of music, you know, off of performance of music, not just. So now I'm a music producer as well, and that's where I make the bulk of my money, is working for other people, helping get their songs where they want them to be, you know, and just making it the best possible song we can, you know. But right now, like, my band doesn't get to perform a lot with all the way, you know, COVID's going on right now, so all the protocols that are put in place are kind of restricting us from doing what we want to do as far as performance goes, and so that income is not there right now. That would be my goal, is to be to the point where I can just simply create music and play music and pay my bills from that, you know.
Gotcha.
So, or art, and, you know, in general, you know, movies, whatever, you know. If I can do that, that's enough for me to keep me going on the music end. So the music will always be there, you know. So that's why I actually got into movies. I was like, well, I got to figure out another way to make enough money that I can just play music all the time.
Right. Okay. Do you have anything you want to let listeners know today about your current and upcoming projects?
Yeah. We're currently wrapping up our first full-length record, High Crimes. We've been working on this album like 8 years, and it's been a long time coming, and I'm just ready to get it out and get it to the world. I think it's definitely good material. It's my best material so far as songwriting goes. I really believe in it a lot, and it was a well thought record, well thought out, you know. I put a lot into it, and I'm just ready to see it to fruition and honestly get it in 2020 behind me. So High Crimes coming out.
High Crimes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.